Hello and welcome to this week's episode of So Fired. I'm Chelsea Toronto.
And I'm Dr. Lindsay Regier.
And welcome.
Each week, we take life's shitty things and turn them into pretty things.
Look at Lindsay doing it. That's adorable. And what's your name?
Chelsea Toronto.
And I'm Dr. Lindsay Regier. Yeah.
And each week, we turn shitty into pretty.
And we laugh a lot along the way. Ha ha ha.
And this week
is no exception.
This week, Lindsay, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about erections for anti-aging, funny old dads, caffeine, ODs, and Kardashian Katch Up.
Oh, fun. Please don't ask me about my So Fired of the week.
I was going to say, don't ask me about my So Fired of the week.
Can we circle back?
Okay.
I don't like the fact that I don't know what my backside really looks like. Like all of it. From like the waist down, no, even the back fat, like the bra fat, all the way down to what does my ass really look like? And even my hamstrings. Or yeah, what are these?
Yep, the hamstrings.
Yeah, I don't really know what it looks like back there.
I don't really know either, because I can only catch an angle.
Occasionally, but it's not even an accurate one.
Yeah. No. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, at this angle, that looks pretty good. And then 2 seconds later, I'm like,
How can the front look so decent?
Right.
And then the backside is like a soggy Oreo that is just hanging on. So like, let me describe this Oreo. The front half is what you look at all day long. It's got the logo of the word Oreo on it. It's solid. It's strong. It's not. But then the middle is frosting, and that is usually the cellulite that is my ass, right? And that's like kind of wet and mushy. And then the cookie part, the back end of the Oreo, is like soggy. And it's like melted and it's like coagulated with like the frosting.
Nom, 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 nom.
So it's like all I know is what the front cookie looks like.
I think because we pay so much attention to the front cookie, because that's all we're looking at the whole time. So we're like,
I should be looking at the backside more often.
It's hard to, I don't know how you can get a good view.
I don't know.
All the time, especially hamstrings. And I
just feel like it's so loose. What are they attached to? No wonders.
Well, also,
it's a disaster back there.
Also, I would say from a lifestyle standpoint of the general population is that we sit too much and we don't use our backside muscles enough. So,
I don't have that problem.
So that's why.
I never sit.
And then, well, also, we don't do enough like back strengthening, I guess. We're not really using our hamstrings that much.
I don't use my hamstrings at all.
No.
It's like I don't even have them.
Yeah. That's why it's a mushy Oreo.
It's a mushy ass Oreo.
Mm-hmm.
My ass is a mushy ass Oreo. Try saying that.
Well, you know what? Even Kim Kardashian has cellulite, so.
That doesn't make me feel better.
Yeah. I have stretch marks too.
So I do too.
Double whammy. Yeah. Any other issues?
No, I think that's the only one I need to talk about today. I can't really lock my door to my apartment very easily.
That's an issue.
It is an issue, and I keep trying to, and it's like orange. I'm like, orange doesn't lock it. Red locks it.
Red is lock.
Red is lock, and it doesn't. And it goes orange. And I'm like, what the fuck? Caution. Hang on a second. I gotta go. And now it's like, oh, you're not gonna lock your door. And I really need to. And I'm really annoyed by that.
Well, good thing you sleep outside, so you will be the last to be attacked in case anyone breaks in.
Yeah, but when I leave.
True.
Okay. Because I can lock it on the inside.
Oh.
If I'm living here, I'm all right.
Gotcha. Okay. So our first topic is about this millionaire biohacker, Brian Johnson, who zaps his penis in a plan to de-age his genitals and to biohack his way to living to be 100,000 years old, or however old he wants to live. And this is why I'm also confused all the time as to how men run everything in this country, because you are literally just trying to get like more erections to anti-age yourself. Like, what? Like, in what world are you living in where it's like the more I jerk off and like the more erections I get, the younger I get? Like, that is so stupid. You're not even using your brain head. Like, get it together. I just can't believe how stupid people are.
The fact that this guy has made a lifetime and is famous for talking about jerking off, like, that's all this pervert weirdo is doing. He's like, oh, no. I mean, he's trying to, like, make it all scientific and, like, respectable, but you just want to, like, bleh.
Yeah. And then he goes to another level of biohacking where he exchanges blood with his son and his dad. He's trying to get like new blood into him and like his dad's old blood into him. And apparently that should make like some kind of like biohacked super blood.
Why would an old person's blood make it better for you?
I don't know.
You should go younger, not
maybe more
older.
antibodies or like more diseases that he's come into contact to. But wouldn't the young blood make you younger?
Ay. And he's like, I just sit around and masturbate all day.
Yeah. He thinks that everyone should know how much you weigh, how fast you're aging, and the duration of your nighttime erections. And that's a good key indicator for health.
Oh my God. Also, you know what? For ladies, it's the longevity of your period. How long are you bleeding?
So the longer you bleed, the longer you live.
The longer you bleed, the younger you are.
Oh, okay. Maybe this is why my skin is turning to shit as well, because I haven't got my period in so long because of hormones. No, if you do it to yourself, that doesn't count. Okay. She says no, just in case you're not watching this.
I don't. That's not what I'm going to say no.
Okay. I mean,
I just mean like as a young 12-year-old, you're bleeding for like 7 days. Right? As you get older, it's like 48 hours.
Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about the number of years that you're bleeding, not like the length of your period.
I'm talking about I'm sorry, I should have clarified the length of your period.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so. Because then once it's all dried up, that's it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another issue. Like drying out as a lady. You don't realize how dry you are from the inside out. What's that all about?
I know. No matter how hydrated you are, you can still be pretty dry.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Did you think you're just slamming water and you're like good to go?
Yeah, I did. But they're mutually exclusive, aren't they?
Mutually exclusive. That's where all of the like 20-minute foreplay comes in.
That's why it worked this week.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I love you, by the way. I love you very, very much. You have a newest biggest fan. It's this guy right here. Real big fan. You do a good job, you. That guy. Ew.
Yeah. I should post this on our YouTube, Instagram. But like this billionaire guy, there's a photo of him here on YouTube. You can see. It's him in the middle, and then his dad is giving him a hug, and then his son is also holding on to his elbow. That looks very incestuous. Ugh.
That's them attempting to show generational, but there's another way to do that.
That's not right.
That's just weird. Is that by Vanity Fair?
I have no clue.
It looks like a Vanity Fair editorial picture.
Yeah. One thing I can relate to is that he says all of his anti-aging regimens cost $2 million a year. While I'm not spending $2 million a year at the moment, I can definitely see how it gets to that point.
What does this gentleman do for $2 million?
You know, like the blood transfusions, giving himself erections every single day. He eating 70 pounds of pureed vegetables a month, 80 vitamins and minerals a day. That's insane.
That's a considerable amount.
That is a considerable amount. That's kind of disgusting. So, you know, I can see how the self-care adds up to $2 million. He must not do Botox because that would be a poison to your body. So,
yeah, but you know what? I don't know.
But he's like, but if it makes me look younger, okay.
Can I give a shout out to our friend Talon at Core Power today? She is a yoga
Yes.
instructor, and I have known her since she first graduated from yoga teacher training many, many years ago. And although she's younger, she's like your age, she is doing it right. And she's got like she's clipping along. She's got a following. Well, today at her 10 a.m. 75-minute fusion class, wall to wall, mat to mat.
Wow.
Like Patty's busy.
Wow.
There's another instructor on Sundays. Her name is Patty, and that is mat to mat. To the point where you're like, other people may be sweating on you. And that was like this today. Homegirl was tripping. She was freaking the fuck out. But what I was interpreting and enjoying immensely, I was so excited I was able to witness this. It appeared, and I may or may not be correct, that this was the first time that she had ever sold out a classroom.
Yeah, because a fusion class that sells out, unheard of.
Unheard of. So to witness her at this momentous experience in her professional career was just as rewarding for me. I'm going to say this is my so far. I don't see any negatives to this, but I just want to give a shout out to her. So like you could feel her like, oh shit, for the 75 minutes because she kept kind of talking about it. She's like, can you believe this? And I could identify, it was kind of like maybe being on stand up in front of 50 people for the first time, like kind of pinching yourself, almost surreal that you're witnessing this. Like a third party. She's like, I can't even walk in the room. I can't believe it. And she's like, guys, we need to ground down. This is out of control because a big energetic movement room like that can like run off the rails. It really can. It sounds crazy, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And so she was desperately trying to like wheel us in. And I was one of them because I came all like stir crazy and I did wear myself out. And here I am, very productive today. Shout out to Talon. You deserve all the good things that are coming your way. You're a good instructor. Happy to know you.
I'll have to take that class.
It was very, very good. I really like a full class. I like that energy. And then I bring it even harder and everyone thinks I'm a weirdo, but then I end up being the best in the class. So fuck you. I'm definitely up there. I don't know if I'm the best, but I'm the only one wearing a sweatshirt the whole time.
You know what they say?
What?
Yoga's not a contest.
It is for me. What the fuck do you think I've been doing it for so long? I want to be good at something. I sure as shit am.
You are very good.
I don't know if I am, but I'm working very hard, and I tell myself that I am better than everyone.
And that's the energy you should bring to every yoga class and
kinda
everywhere
think
that
so.
you go.
I do think there's nothing wrong with being good, if not better, than everyone else in every aspect of life. Okay, anyway.
I must be wearing off on you.
Kinda.
Yeah. Okay, so I just watched a new movie. The Bill Burr, that comedian, Funny Old Dads, I think is what the movie is called, or Old Dads. And if you're not familiar with Bill Burr, I'm not really that familiar with him, but he's like boomer, angry white man comedy, and like being woke is stupid, and like everything we do right now is just like too PC. He's angry. It's like angry comedy
At somebody else's expense.
Yes.
He's making fun of women.
Yep. Women, any kind of minority. But so
anybody that's like got a plight or something to complain about and he's like, shut them down.
Yes. So in this new movie, he is playing himself, basically like angry old dad, and he's having another kid at 50. He already has a younger kid that's like 5 or something. So in this movie, he owns a business and he ends up being bought out by like a millennial tech millionaire. And it's like actually how they play the tech millionaire like protege is pretty spot on. And he's like, the millennial's like, okay, so we're just going to have some transparent leadership. And I'm just saying that if we don't like hit the roof on these sales, there might be some discreet discussions later. He's like, are you threatening to fire me? He's like, no, it's like transparent leadership. And this guy's like so douchey. So, I mean, it's kind of poking fun of millennials and like being PC. But here's the thing. In this movie, there's a white guy saying the N-word. Bill Burr uses the F-word slang for homosexual.
Oh.
Yeah. And like one other thing, kind of like derogatory towards homosexuals. And it was jarring. Like to see this in a movie.
When is he going to be canceled?
I don't know. So this is my question. Does he get away with using that language in a movie because he's a comedian and this is coming from a comedic standpoint and a take on current culture?
I think that's what that's the uniform and like that's what he's operating under. It's okay. But we trash Kevin Hart and he couldn't be an MC for the things he said years ago. I don't know why we're giving Bill Burr a pass. You know who else really chaps my ass is Michael Jackson. Why don't we give this fucker a pass? Is it what? Because he's dead? We don't need to like hold him accountable? I think it's worth saying that he was a big pedophile and that we shouldn't be playing his music anymore. I mean, I don't know. I'm okay if we don't, because every time I hear it, I cringe and I think about the poor kids that he took advantage of. And it's like, fuck you, dude. Every time you're doing that, it's like you're re-victimizing somebody, because all of us growing up in the 80s knew something was wrong there with that Neverland Ranch, that they were having slumber parties. The fact that it got all the way back to like Little Buffalo, New York, that like there's a boy slumber party ranch is very concerning.
Like, why wasn't anyone like, this is fucked up?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh my God, he just like loves kids. I'm like, no, that's weird.
Yeah, he loves them, all right.
Yeah.
He loves them
Ugh.
in a very inappropriate way. And mom and dad, I know it's not your fault. I don't blame you. Because if Michael Jackson wanted to play with my dogs and he was a dog pedophile, it'd be hard to press to be like, oh, because you'd be there. You'd be like, okay, I'll come to this play date. And eventually, like inevitably, something bad would go down. But it's like, well, the chance to hang out with Michael, maybe it's a 50-50 chance where he doesn't assault my dogs.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, I don't know, the point of saying someone's inappropriate or canceling them for a short amount of time. The bar is, there's no bar. It's like a wave.
Yeah.
Whatever wave you're riding in on. And I don't know if he's getting a free pass because this is a movie and like this is his brand of comedy.
He's, you know how I feel about him.
Yeah.
He has ruined my life.
Yeah.
I fucking hate him. Does he say funny things? Yes. But do I hate him? Yes. Do I feel like he's playing to the common lowest denominator? Absolutely. It's like trash comedy because what you can get away with saying the words that the rest of the nation cannot. Well, if you can't make something funny out of that, then fuck you. You're a waste of space comedian.
Right.
Sure, if I could say all those things too. Oh, you get a pass? Nah, dude, you suck.
There's also the conversation within the movie of, okay, if you're saying these things in private and someone finds out about it, like, is that a violation of your free speech? I'm like, yeah, that is. And it's like, they were talking about a scene, they were talking about like Caitlyn Jenner, like Bruce Jenner,
oh my
you
God.
know.
This
and,
movie's bad.
I know. It was like, and then they ended up getting fired because they were like secretly being filmed. I'm like, okay, nothing he said was like really so out of pocket and nothing that no one has ever said before. So it just was an interesting take on how we live in the fear of like cancel culture, but he's like, fuck you guys, like I'm gonna keep doing what I'm
know
doing.
what it is? It's a boomer. He's a boomer.
Yeah.
And that's how boomers operate.
Right.
He has defined his line in the sand of which generation because they think they're entitled to their racist views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do all like the bigots down south. Actually, the Proud Boys, they fucking feel entitled to their racist behavior too. You took away the word comedian. He is no different than somebody January 6th. That you're entitled to say this hateful stuff because you're a comedian or you're like, this is my nation and first speech. You literally, do you vote for Trump too? Because that's what it sounds like.
That is what it sounds like.
You don't represent like anybody under the age of like 45. And that's fine. But please know that your demographic is aging out. So you're going to have to come up with like old people comedy. And that makes me not sad for you, but that is your reality. So
good luck, sir.
Fuck you, dude. You ruined my life and I hate you. Why? We'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
We may have to wrap it up for today.
I know. Wait, we have one more thing.
What do we have?
The Kardashian Katch Up.
All right, real quick.
Okay, so Kardashian adjacent is that the Met Gala theme was announced.
Oh, what is it?
It is Sleeping Beauties Reawakening Fashion. So they're taking inspiration from costumes over the past 400 years, I think like 50 costumes, that they made sure no one could ever wear again because they're way too delicate. So it's kind of a little shady shade at Kim Kardashian. And the whole theme is based on these like 50 costumes that they're pulling out from the archives.
Cool.
So it sounds like historical costumes. Kind of sounds like it's going to be a free-for-all.
Well, they'll make it a free-for-all.
Or if it's like Sleeping Beauty, maybe it's going to be kind of like princessy.
Ethereal,
yeah. So I'm very excited about that.
I am too. That's a good one.
And then speaking of Kim Kardashian, so she got a tattoo on her lip.
I don't mind that.
I've been saying I want to do that, and you said that was stupid.
Well, did you ask me recently?
Maybe in the past like year.
All right, well, check in with me occasionally.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
I like it.
I like it too.
It goes away at some point.
What was it?
An infinity symbol.
Oh my God. I guess I knew. Somehow I knew that. I didn't know it. Ew. What's wrong with her? The next thing you should get is barbed wire, you dumb fuck. You're so stupid.
Just like a barbed wire on the lip.
Oh my God. She's so stupid. She's so corny.
In the best way.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah.
But like she and I are the same age, right?
Right.
So I'm like, you're corny. Like, really, dude?
She also has a new collab out.
What is it?
Swarovski crystals.
Swarovski.
Yep. Cannot say that word. And there's no nips to be seen on this collab. Not like her nip bra that came out last week or whenever, 2 weeks ago. This is all just like kind of a nude bodysuit, crystals all over it. Kind of just like
Obvious.
Yeah, obvious. It's just like clothes with crystals on it.
They paid a lot of money for her to wear their crystals.
Yeah, so I guess she's got to return the favor.
Well, she's got to do the job she was paid for.
True.
It's not like she was free.
And the Kardashians / Jenners also came out with their holiday gift guide.
Okay.
Everyone, I mean, their assistants did the assignment. I think Kim's assistant got a little lazy because Kourtney put on like an infrared sauna. Like, yeah, she would use that. What's her face? Kendall did like an ice roller. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then Kim's was like a Skin by Kim face mask, like her own product. I like Kim. What the fuck? Your assistant got lazy. She did not understand the assignment.
She probably did her own.
She must have. She's like, I'm gonna endorse myself.
Yeah, that seems like a Kim move.
Yeah, and like I'm like, no one else did that. Like, did you guys not get the memo or like share before you shared this list?
They do some funny things.
Yeah, they do. And that I thought that was odd. And then Kylie is having her second Kai drop. And people are saying that she is using Kanye's Yeezy designers for this drop.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, it looks pretty similar.
It looks exactly like it. But you know what? They're two different people, so it's okay. The fashion world recycles its designers.
Yeah, and they might have had those clothes laying around. They just put a new label on it and
Yeah.
they can sell it.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. This is very similar. Happens more often than you know in the fashion industry.
Yeah, I don't mind.
No.
I like this drop way more than the first drop.
Right.
Yeah.
That leather trench was killing me.
Yeah. Ugh. And then the last Kardashian roundup is that when Kourtney was in the hospital giving birth
To Rocky.
to Rocky, Travis was rocking out on the drums in the delivery room. He brought like a drum with him and was, I don't know, going along to the beat of the heartbeat. Your face sums it up. So cringe. Like, ew. Mm-hmm.
I don't have words for how cringy this is for me.
I mean, she probably liked it because that's kind of their thing.
No,
but
I'm
like,
happy for her. You know, she lapped that shit up. She was like, oh my God, this is amazing. He just wants to be present for the birth is all she's thinking.
She's like, he's here. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, she doesn't give a fuck.
You bang away over there.
Oh, literally.
Mhm.
All right. Is that
All right.
everything?
That's everything.
Awesome. Well, it's always a treat.
All right. Well, make sure you share this episode with your besties and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at So Fired Pod, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The stories and statements expressed herein are experiences and opinions. They may not represent the views of the production studio or the hosts. If you disagree with our content, that's okay. No podcast is perfect for everyone.